Hello. Today I would like to discuss recent fan theories for Ahsoka. Mainly the one everyone has been talking about for the character Marrok. Now, many fans have said that they believe Marrok is Sam Witwer's character, Starkiller. However, I do not believe this is true. To explain why I think this, allow me to very briefly break down episode 3 of Ahsoka, because he played a major part in it. Okay. The episode begins with Ahsoka training Sabine in lightsaber combat, and we're shown that Sabine is extremely rusty. Then, Ahsoka gives her similar training as Obi-Wan did to Luke in A New Hope, which felt very much like Star Wars. Finally, they end her training and discuss Sabine using the Force by saying that she can, however, she will not have nearly as easy of a time wielding it as Force-sensitive children. For example, a Force-sensitive child would be able to use the Force by accident. With no training, however, Sabine would likely not be able to. I always knew that the Force was in every living thing and that anyone could wield it. However, I never heard of people who aren't Force-sensitive being able to become a Jedi. Hein would likely agree with me on that. I feel Dave Filoni is changing the concept of how people can use the Force because now it seems anyone can be a Jedi or Sith, regardless of whether they're Force-sensitive or not. This is a bit weird to me, but I'm not mad. Anyway, then we get a scene with Hera and Mon Mothma. I was very happy to see both of these characters interact with each other, especially because the actress for Mon Mothma did an amazing job in Andor, so it was great to see her again. Hera asks her and the New Republic's senators for clearance on a mission to Thrawn's location. However, they do not believe he is still alive and deny her clearance. She's upset by this but listens to them. After leaving the room, we quickly get a scene with Hera and her son, Jason, and discuss how he wants to become a Jedi like his father eventually. I'm curious if they'll try and make him more like Jason Solo than Kylo Ren was. Anyway, going back to Ahsoka and Sabine. After they discussed her using the Force briefly, they arrived at their destination at the ocean. They must go very close to the ship to fully scan it. So they do that but get attacked from behind by Shin Hati and Marrok. Shin is clearly in charge of this sabotage attack on Ahsoka, so she gives Marrok an order and he menacingly says, "As you wish," which is the same line Starkiller gave in Force Unleashed 2, to me. This is just a line that anyone could say and has nothing to do with Starkiller. I'll get into more of that later. Anyway, as they attack Ahsoka, Sabine and Hein manage to fully scan the ship, however, get shot, which disables their ship shortly, because they're floating in outer space in the middle of their enemies. Ahsoka must go outside while Sabine does the repairs. She puts on a spacesuit and deflects shots with her sabers, which was cool to me. Then, they go to the planet that we saw in the second episode when Morgan Elsbeth, Balin, and Shin look at the map to Thrawn. By the way, I still don't understand how there is a map to Thrawn, so if anyone could explain this to me, then that would be very helpful. I just don't get how anyone could have known his location. Anyway, as they go into the planet, there's a pretty epic chase and we see the very large hyperspace creatures known as Purgil. Finally, they manage to escape Shin by hiding in the planet's forest. Then it switches to Balin ordering his soldiers to search the forest, and we get a very Game of Thrones-esque scene with him, which was great because Game of Thrones is near equal to Star Wars for me. That's the end of the episode. Now, I have to rate this episode a 7 out of 10. Because it was really good, but I preferred the first two. Also, I feel that Marrok just isn't Starkiller because I doubt that someone as powerful as him would be taking orders from an apprentice like Shin, but perhaps he's undercover for some reason. It would be cool to see Starkiller in canon, because the Force Unleashed games are my favorite Star Wars games ever. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on Marrok and the Ahsoka episode as a whole in the comments below, and that's about it. See ya.